Hi everyone, my name is Khalid Al-Walid Bin Nor Azli, and today we are going to talk about recurrence relation and its application. So, what is a recurrence relation? Recurrence relation A recurrence relation for the sequence AN is an equation that expresses AN in terms of one or more of the previous terms of the sequence, namely A0, A1, AN minus 1 for all integers n with n is greater or equals to n node, where n node is a non-negative integer. It means that if the n naught is a negative integer, it cannot be a recurrence relation. So, what is a solution? A solution is a sequence of its terms that satisfies the recurrence relation. What is initial condition for a sequence? A sequence that specifies the terms that precede the first terms where the recurrence relation takes effect. So, what is the examples of recurrence relations? Example 1. Let AN be a sequence that satisfies the recurrence relations AN is equals to AN minus 1 plus 3 for n is equals to 1, 2, 3, and 4. And suppose that A0 is equals to 1. What are A1, A2, and A3? So, from the questions given, it states the value of A0, which is A1, and it also gives the formula of AN, which is equals to AN minus 1 plus 3. So, in order to find A1, we can use the formula A1 is equals to A1 minus 1 is equals to A0 plus 3 is equals to 1 plus 3 and is equals to 4. Therefore, the value of A1 is 4. Then how to find A2? So, based on the formula given, A2 is equals to A2 minus 1, which is equals to A1 plus 3. So, A1 is 4. So, 4 plus 3 is equals to 7. And next, the value of A3 is equals to A3 minus 1, which is equals to A2 plus 3 is equals to 10. So, from the answer we get, A2 is equals to 7, so 7 plus 3 is equals to 10. Next, what is Fibonacci sequence? The definition of Fibonacci sequence is Fibonacci numbers, commonly denoted Fn, form a sequence called the Fibonacci sequence, in which each number is the sum of the two preceding ones. The sequence commonly starts from 0 and 1, and it follows by F0, F1, and F2, and so on. There are two conditions of Fibonacci sequence, which is initial condition, which is F0 is equals to 0 and F1 is equals to 1, and the recurrence relation that is involved in this question is Fn is equals to Fn minus 1 plus Fn minus 2. So, what are the examples for Fibonacci sequence? So, based on the Fibonacci sequence given, which is the value of F0 is equals to F0 is equals to 0 and F1 is equals to 1, we need to find the value of F2, F3, F4, F5, and F6. So, in order to find the value of F2, based on the given formula of Fibonacci sequence, which is F2 is equals to F2 minus 1 plus F2 minus 2, which we can get F1 plus F now is equals to 1 plus 0. So the value of F2 is also 1. So to find the value of F3, we need to use the formula F3 minus 1 plus F3 minus 2, in which we get F2 plus F1 which equals to 1 plus 1 is equals to 2. So the value of F3 is 2. So how do we find a shorter solution or a simpler way to solve the Fibonacci sequence? It is easy if we use the formula, the previous two sequence, in order to add it to get the sequence that we wanted. For example, if we wanted to get the number of f4, we need to add the f3 and f2 together. So the previous two values that we get from f3 and f2, we can add it and we can make it into the f4. So the total of f3 plus f2 in this case is 2 plus 1 is equals to f3, and for the f5, the value of f4 plus f3 is equals to 3 plus 2, and the value of f5 is 5, and for f6, the value of f5 plus f4 is equals to 5 plus 3, and we can get the answer is 8. So by using what we learned just now about the recurrence relation and also Fibonacci numbers, what is the application of recurrence relation regarding Fibonacci numbers? So rabbits, so first of all we can see rabbits and the Fibonacci numbers. So for example, a young pair of rabbits, one of each gender, is placed on an island. A pair of rabbits does not breed until they are 2 months old. After they are 2 months old, each pair of rabbits produces another pair each month. Find a recurrence relation for the number of pairs of rabbits on the island after nth month, assuming that rabbits never die. So in this case, we can, by looking at the modeling the population growth of rabbit on an island, it states that for the first 2 months, a pair of rabbit does not breed, means that the number of reproducing pairs in the first 2 months is 0. So as we can see from the diagram below, the first 2 months the reproducing pair is 0. So and whereas the young pairs for the first 2 months is the same, which is 1 pair. So after 2 months, in the third month, we can see that from the Fibonacci sequence that we learned before, to get the value of f3 is equals to the addition of the previous two values. In this case, the value of the 2 months for the young pairs. So we add 1 plus 1, so we can get the answer for the total pairs is 2. So and we can use the Fibonacci sequence to answer all the questions, especially the sequence or the number of pairs of the months that we want to know. For example, if you want to find the number of pairs in the 4th month, we can use the previous number of pairs for the 3rd and 2nd month. So we can see that in the 4th month, in the 3rd month we have 2 pairs, and for the 2nd month we have 1 pair. So we add it all together and we can get the answer is 3 pairs. So the solution for the question is, first of all, we let fn be the number of pairs of rabbits after n months. There are f1 is equals to 1 pair of rabbits on the island at the end of the 1st month, and we have also f2 is equals to 1 because the pair does not breed during the 1st month, like what I just said just now. So to find the number of pairs on the island after n months, we have to add the number of the previous month. Fn is equals to fn minus 1. So and the number of the newborn pairs, which equals to fn minus 2, because each newborn pairs comes from a pair for at least 2 months old. Okay, so by using that knowledge that we get, we can find consequently the sequence of fn satisfies the recurrence relation, which is fn is equals to fn minus 1 plus fn minus 2 for n is greater or equal to 3, with the initial condition of f1 is equals to 1 and f2 is equals to 1. So the number of pairs of the rabbit on the island after n month is given by the nth Fibonacci number. So to sum it up, we can find the number of pairs of rabbits by using the Fibonacci sequence formula. So that is all. Thank you.